It is a big day for students and teachers across the Hudson Valley, really all across New York State. Masks are now optional in our schools.
Let's get right to News 12's Lisa LaRocca. She is joining us from Yonkers this morning, talking to kids, parents, everyone as they head back to the classroom today. Lisa, what are you seeing as kids are going back to school?
Really interesting, a mix. You have some kids going in full mask up. You have kids who are kind of like this. Then you have some who are holding masks in their hand, and then others no sign of a mask at all, which is kind of what we expected. So there's really a mix. Everybody's just kind of, I think, feeling their way on this first day. Remember, this is optional. So now that state mandates have been lifted, it's really up to local counties and school districts to decide and whether or not they're going to keep kids masks in the school, and so far none of New York's 62 counties are going that way. Now, state health officials gave some guidelines to help navigate through this new mask optional rule, and like we said, I think people kind of feeling their way in the beginning. And so this all applies to students, staff, and even other adults in the school buildings, like parents, for example, who come, you want to watch your kids play basketball, or you're volunteering with school activities. You don't have to mask if you don't want to, or you can if it makes you feel more comfortable. Masks are not required on school buses, and the new mask optional rule applies to all school activities such as athletics and music. So we were talking to some parents and students. Here's what one parent told us.
I had a conversation with my son today, just as he left the car. He says, some people are not going to wear masks. I said, that's all right, you got yours.
And that's what's so great. I mean, on our Facebook Live as well, we heard from a lot of parents who were saying, talked with my kid last night, talked with my kid this morning, about being comfortable, doing what makes them comfortable, and making sure you're showing respect to others. If you're wearing a mask, you respect those who make the decision not to, and vice versa. So really interesting to see this. One thing, though, state health officials are saying, anyone returning to school after being diagnosed with COVID and isolating for 5 days still need to mask up for at least 5 days in school. And anyone who has been exposed should mask up for at least 10 days in school. So, so far, everybody, like I said, just kind of feeling their way this first day. We're in Yonkers. Let's go back to the studio.